let's own it. Let me ask you, who doing it like Target Bay? Nobody. Who the people's grand sheik? I am. Huh? Show me a boy doing it like Target Bay. Ain't nothing. And I shut my mouth. Let's go. I can't wait to check, 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 check. I can't win. I can't win, Starlight. My goodness, family, can you hear me now? Good goodness of gracious. Man, this has been a trial and tribulation. Yeah, I think somebody got into my machine. Are you there? Yeah, I think somebody got into my machine, and I don't know what to do about it. But hey, it is what it is. I will wait till everybody come in for a minute. So welcome to another edition of Morris World TV. I'm your host, Brother TARIQ Bay. I think I'm gonna have to reload my software. Yeah, I mean, let me look. Let me see if I. I don't know who got my machine. Somebody got my machine. Let me see something. Somebody got my machine. Good goodness and gracious. That mean somebody got my machine, man. Well, we about to cook in a minute. Let me see. All right. check, check, check. 1, 2. I want to see too what's going on. Why my machine acting like this? Can y'all still see me? Okay. Can y'all still see me? Yeah, they got my machine. I'm on the all right. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Somebody say we see fine. What's on your shirt? Baltimore. Baltimore. You see that? Yeah. Baltimore. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Baltimore. That was on there. We see fine. What's on your shirt? Yeah, look. BALIMOOR. Baltimore. All right, family. Y'all ready to get started? So we done spent time trying to get this started, family. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get started with this. Let me see what I got right here. So we're gonna go ahead and get busy on this. Let me download my slides real quick. Let me get my slides ready because I wasn't preparing for this. You know what I'm saying? I can't do my show like I want to. So what I gotta do is I just gotta go on in. You know what I mean? I gotta go on in. Hey, hold up. What's this? Jigga. Call this one Jigga Boo. So, fam, this is going to be a really good learning experience, right? And so I want to make sure that y'all share this because some people like to take my shows as if I'm literally just talking, when in reality, I'm doing a little bit more than talking. You know what I mean? I'm doing a little bit more than talking. I'm actually sharing I'm actually sharing with you a concept of actors acting as if that they are for liberation of people. And again, I mentioned this earlier. Like, I don't have a problem, and no one should have a problem with someone out here giving out information. And like let me say it like this. Back in the day, you had what they would call scholars in our community. Dr. Ben, Francis Cress, who else? Who else? Who else? All the scholars back then. They never tried to give off the impression that they were building anything as it relates to a community. They just wasn't. So with that being said, we accepted their information. Family, make sure you thumbs up this demonstration. We accepted their information, and many of us, we were taken aback by how profound the information was. Many of us, we fell in love with many of these scholarship. And so giving people information has never been a problem. I mean, has never been a problem in our community. The problem is, or the problem comes when one chooses to grift. And when they act like they're actually about to do something for our community, when in fact they are not, and have no intentions to elevate the community. They have no intention to elevate our people. They have no intention to elevate our community. They have no intentions whatsoever. So at the end of the day, Morse World TV, I got nothing better to do than to examine those that act like they about that. You know what I'm saying? They act like they're about that. Two things that we need to pay attention to. Low budget infiltrators. You have low budget infiltrators that are paid by hidden hands. Let's just think about this for a second. A 17-year-old high school dropout uses $175 to fly to LA. The next thing you know, they're putting out records. Make it make sense. A 17-year-old runaway flies to LA. Remember, you have to eat, you have to sleep. With all of that mystery, how do you get away with not telling your full story? It could possibly be an inspiring story. 1 second. It could possibly be an amazing, inspiring story that a 17-year-old ran away from home. A 17-year-old ran away from home, took a flight to LA. Who bought the plane ticket? Not as far as I know, you can't purchase no plane ticket at no 17. And no one cares about the backstory. No one. This is the person that's telling you that you are now an acronym. This is the person that's telling you that you are an acronym. But no one cares. Let me tell you something. Exactly. He stayed at the YMCA. He was 14. He wasn't 14, he was 17. And the story always changes. That's why we're about to get into this today, family. I mean, that's why we're about to get in this today, because there's a backstory that has yet to be told. I'm trying to allude to the backstory. If you listen, follow me, family. When I start talking about characters, you feel what I'm saying? This is a whole act, and it's been an act. FBA is an act. This is TARIQ Nasheed as Cosmo Flex. This is a character. He's playing characters, family. Let me stop yelling. He's playing characters. And even the FBA is a character role that he's playing. And throughout this presentation tonight, I'm going to show you that he's a character. When you look at this right here, if you look close to this, one of the songs in here is called Ding a Ling Song. He makes songs about males' private parts. And now he was young making songs about male private parts. And everything about this album from a 19-year-old, sounds choreographed from someone else. He literally got a song called Wipe Your Know What. But now, that's only half of it. That's only half of it, family. We're about to cook because y'all seen that before. This is an actor right here. FBA is led by an actor who has no intentions. He says he's not the leader because he doesn't want responsibility, and he has no intention to lead people into anything. The only thing that he is doing is planting seeds in people's mind to cause dissension and cause confusion amongst people that could possibly work together and achieve something that they haven't achieved in quite some time. Now, at the end of the day, I understand that there's different groups, different nationalities, and different persuasion as it relates to religion and culture amongst our people. But why should that be a problem when it comes to working towards a common goal? Why should it be a problem if you were bought here a slave, or if you was put into slavery here, and one chooses to come from a place that was colonized by the same group, and they choose to come here to try to make something better for themselves, and you got to look at them like something is wrong with them. And you say, fix up your homeland, and you want to call this your homeland, but you haven't established how this is your homeland. You just say, hey, I'm FBA. I was born here. I built this country, and everybody's supposed to believe you. But prior to that, you were just African, Black Power. You was all these things. In fact, TARIQ Nasheed even claimed to be Jewish at one time. You'll see that in my new presentation coming up called The Dark Side of TARIQ Nasheed. He even proclaimed to be of the Jewish faith. Oh yeah. I got the receipts, family. But at the end of the day, you're looking at an actor. Now, I'm sure everybody's seen this before, but don't worry. I got some stuff you haven't seen, or if you have. This is an actor. He's playing a role. FBA, as I said before, is a role. Let me read what's on the back of the Ghetto Dynasty. Cosmo Flex metamorphoses into K-Flex. Are y'all ready for this? Family, I hope y'all can screenshot and share this bits that I've done, these clips that I've done. You can voice over them. You can do what you want, because people need to understand that this is a character. This is an actor. Listen to this. This is on the back of his K-Flex Ghetto Dynasty album. Now, I want you to listen close to this. On the back of this album, it says Roughneck Records is proud to introduce the first rap group with members from the West Coast, East Coast, and the South who kick flavors from all different regions. The Ghetto Dynasty, which started out as a Crip gang in Los Angeles. Stop right there for a minute. Stop right there for a minute. This came out right around the time of the East Coast, West Coast media promoted beef. This goes to show, the point that I'm going to make with this is that this guy will capitalize on anything that is before the media at the time. Listen to this. Listen to the wording. Listen to the wording. Listen to the wording. He claims to be a Crip on the back of this album. I'm going to go back and read it. The Ghetto Dynasty, which started out as a Crip gang in Los Angeles, was co-founded by super producer K Flex. So this is where he says, at one point he said he wasn't a Crip, but now here we have it right here where on the back of the album cover, it's confirmed. According to him, he was a Crip and he started the Ghetto Dynasty and he's a super producer. You see how all of these things that we see today is just a remix, modified version of yesterday? It's the same stuff. Embellishment, all types of stuff that fit in the era of time. This is what it said. He's trying to capitalize on the East and West Coast thing. And yes, and he's from Alabama by the way of Detroit, according to him. But listen, the Ghetto Dynasty was started as a Crip gang in Los Angeles, was co-founded by super producer. So he's a Crip, according to him. It started out as a Crip gang, according to him. K Flex, who hopes to bridge the gap between East Coast, West Coast, and South, and the South, by putting together a production such as this. Ghetto Dynasty is an underground organization. Now, listen. The receipts been showed that. Yeah. So hold on. I'm trying to read the comments too. Listen to this though. Listen to this. The Ghetto Dynasty is an underground organization that has hundreds of members in LA, Detroit, New York, Birmingham, and Atlanta. Y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Official Smooth. He says, see what he say? He the Ghetto Dynasty. That's right. And what else to say? They have hundreds of members. This guy's a weirdo. They got hundreds of members in LA, Detroit, New York, Birmingham, and Atlanta. Many of the members are from the Crip, Blood, Disciples, and Vice Lord gangs. This recording features the top members from the Ghetto Dynasty organization, and hopefully it will show the hip-hop community the brothers from different regions can organize and serve one main purpose: getting money and hoes. I'm telling you that this guy is a character. This guy is a character. He's a character. It is what it is. And somebody pointed out that he missed the A in organization. Well, the guy did not. the guy didn't graduate sixth grade. I mean, the guy didn't graduate sixth grade. You can't really fault him for that. I mean, yeah. But look, This is an actor. This is an actor, family. Don't worry about it. So that is 1997. Remember, Tupac transitioned in 96. So he's just trying to capitalize off of the East Coast West. He don't care about people coming together. He don't care about people coming together. It's all a hustle. Family, press 7 if you're with me so far. Do you see what I see, family? It's all a hustle. When you read it, right, family, it's going to get hot up in here in a minute. When you read it, it shows you that it's all a hustle, man. It shows you it's all a hustle. We coming from different regions, putting part together. I mean, it's all a hustle. Now, I want you to read the first line to this. Now, this is the first line that would connect him with faking like he's a Muslim. K Flex shouts out, Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. This is the first time that we make the connection where he's faking like a Muslim. Hey, family. That we see him faking like he a Muslim. He's thanking Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. Hey, man, hey, this this bear, I know this bear. Real quick. I know this bear. This bear named Moochie. And Moochie, I thought Moochie goes into hibernation when it gets cold. Moochie is coming out of hibernation, man. I said, Moochie. But look, listen to what he said, family. Stay tuned because it's going to get good. Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. Everyone who helped me with coming up with my upcoming book, A Gangster Speaks Out. All the groups I'm producing to be released on Roughneck Records, and I'll leave that there. Now, he even make the cover of Ghetto Dynasty blue to act like he's a certified Crip. Now, I done seen videos where he denied being a Crip. I seen many videos. He said I used to hang out with the C's. he tried to water it down. Yeah, he tried to water that thing down. That's a Crip sign, I think. I'm gonna bring Crip Jesus in here and ask him, is that the official? But there it is. There it is, family. Oh, I gotta share this. I need y'all to help share this, family. I need y'all to help share this. This is just too much. This is just too much, family. Yeah, I'm about to share this, man. This is gonna get good in a minute. Yeah, y'all don't know how good this is gonna get in a minute. Let me share this. This is gonna get real good. Y'all need to share this to all your friends because this is about to get really good in a minute. You watch. Let me edit this real quick. I need to get this right. Yeah, I got to get this right, family. It's about to get good. All right. Okay, I'm about to share this demonstration. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I ain't had time, man. They messed us up, so I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I had to do what I got to do. So I need y'all to like Cosmo said. Everybody share this out on Twitter. Share this out on Twitter. I mean, 100 people for breaking news is bad. Breaking news. What breaking news? Who this fool talking about? Anyway, check it out, family. All right. So we know that he tried to play in the concept of a Mac and a pimp. We already know these things. But let's take a picture. Let's take a look at when he came into Mink Slide. he was at this time, Mink Slide. Let me see what year was this, because you need to see this real quick. What year was this? Because he was talking this pro quote unquote black talk during this time. He was talking this talk during this time. So let me see what year. Anybody know that year? Because I need the perspective. 2020. So he was definitely talking it in 2020. 2020, he was definitely talking. 2020. Now, but notice he was talking to FBA, but he's so arrogant that he will put out a video with the main character as a European. But let me hold up. Let me share something with you real quick. Look, watch this. The main guy in the video, this guy playing the guitar. These are all characters. I'm doing this to show you that it's all characters. The guy is acting. He's even acting with FBA. Silly FBAs don't realize it, but he's even acting with FBAs. I mean, all right, godson. So when you look at this and you see this guy, I want you to pay attention. See this European right here? It's a reason that I wanted to show you that. That's him right there. That's him right there. This is the European, right? There's the European right there. Now remember, he's talking about FBA during this time. It's I think FBA is starting to trying to blend with ADOS at this time, right? Or he's on that mission, but he's still talking this black stuff, right? But he put the European out front in the white suit. This European is named DJ Johnny D. You know what I mean? Now watch this though. He hired this European because the European he's a music arranger and a sort of a DJ. Notice this. Do you remember when I said that I was thinking that Fat Joe might be a part of the play for FBA? Now we see that earlier Fat Joe is with the same guy. He don't look exactly like this now because that was years ago, but is with the same guy that was with TARIQ in this video that TARIQ played and paid to play like they was a group called Mink Slide. The same guy is with Fat Joe. Remember when I said, man, I don't know. I love Fat Joe. I said, oh no, that might was the play. Because remember, Fat Joe was in the political circle with promoting Kamala Harris. And I say, that might be the play. That Fat Joe was to trigger the emotions of the internet by mentioning FBA as a form of promotion. I said that. I said, I don't know, because I know the games that these people play. I know that they will have an organized approach to pushing a brand, a product, or idea, or distractions. I know that they will play two ends to the middle to satisfy what they're trying to do. And so when I noticed that, I'm like, hold up. This guy, which he looks kind of different, and they intentionally look different. Don't look like this guy. Don't look like this. They look like this guy, but don't look like this guy, and is the same guy with Fat Joe. I was like, man, maybe Fat Joe a part of the play, because on this social media, in this social media era, what happens is they will pay people to make it appear like there is conflict, like there is beef, like there is drama. And through that, you will ultimately go and check out the movie called Microphone Checker. But it ain't work out that way. This is him right here, DJ Johnny D. Same person. As you can see, he's with Nelly. David Banner. Same guy. But notice how different he look. If I'm not mistaken, he's a radio DJ at this time in this photo. Snoop Dogg. Everybody knows Snoop is suspect. Same guy. What am I trying to say? TARIQ Nasheed is an actor. He's an actor. These are actors acting like they about liberation. That's him. This is why he goes back to Vlad, because it's not real beef. It's promotion. It's all promotion. It's never real beef. And this is the part where we need to wake up to. This is the part where we're supposed to be waking up. That you need to understand that these people are promoting brands, that these people are paid to promote dissension, that these people are paid to promote confusion. You know that in this social media era that controversy sells, you know that drama sells, and that if people want to have a certain demographic distracted, all they got to do is do two things. One, talk about identity, because our people have been void of a concrete concept of identity since the since slavery ended. We've been void of a concrete concept of identity. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, if you want to create a distraction, all you have to do is have a political conversation, have an identity conversation, and from that alone, or a religious conversation. If you want to distract people, that's all you got to do. Have one of those three conversations: political, identity, or religious. And I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, you will have people fighting each other till the end of time, especially our people, because our people, like I said, since the close of slavery, nobody remembers where they come from, and so they got to make it up as they go along. And you can just have a person to come and make it up for them. You can make it up for you. You know what I mean? You ain't got to make it up, and then you can make he TARIQ Nasheed, he'll make it logical. And when he makes it logical, then he have people fighting over that. So now they put out the Indian thing out there. Like what crazy person in their right mind think that we're going to sit there and argue back and forth that you're an Indian and I'm not? We really going to sit up here and argue that you're an Indian? Why you ain't living in your teepee? Why you ain't living in your Indian village with your Indian people? Now, and I'm not saying that we weren't here. Yes, yes, yes. My thing is, we're not just one thing. We're not just all, when we all weren't just all here. Some of us came, some of us was here, some of us came later. We're not just one thing. So when people make that silly argument that, yeah, we're indigenous. Indigenous to what? Indigenous to what? You know, I love to have those conversations. I love to have those conversations. It never makes sense to me that these people on the internet nowadays, they are sitting here arguing about the most silly stuff. Like, I'm indigenous. Like, okay, now what? You indigenous, now what? What? Okay, you FBA, now what? Now what? As I mentioned earlier, when I seen that Moorish science and Moorish American fit me like a tailor-made suit, I went all the way with it because for me, I know that we need to be a nation. For me, I know that we come from a nation. For me, I know that we come from an empire that dominated the earth before. For me, I want to return back to that state where we are a nation of people that's governing ourselves, managing ourselves, supporting ourselves, and making trade with other nations of people to enhance ourselves and enhance humanity. So I know the goal of the Moorish Science Temple of America, nationality and divine creed. But me calling myself just a Moor for no reason at all, just nah, not me. And that's what I get from a lot of people that's having these arguments on the internet. They want to be an Indian for what? Okay, you're Indian. Okay, fine. Now what? Now what? Okay, you're FBA. Fine. Now what? What now? We delineating. Okay, what does that mean to you? If you have an intelligent conversation with these people, they don't have a clue of why and the reason. Oh, because we need to work and do things for ourselves. We need to do that with renaming ourselves or not. That like if you haven't did for yourself without the reclassification of FBA, you doggone sure ain't gonna do it with the classification of FBA. That's a natural instinct. That's a human instinct for self-preservation. Do for self. When you lose the ideal or concept of do for self, you can rename yourself 1,000,001 times. If it ain't in you, it ain't in you. Period, point blank. But this guy is an actor. This is why he can go back and forth to Vlad. But I want you to read this for a second. This is the same guy that goes on No Jumper. The same one that called No Jumper and Fed. He called what's his name? Who Vlad a Fed. But listen to what No Jumper says. Listen to what No Jumper says about TARIQ Nasheed. He says, I figured that since he has so much trash to say about Sexy Red, he should include a section in his documentary about himself, Cosmo Flex. Now, mind you, he was just on No Jumper at that period trying to promote FBA. He wasn't even really talking about Mike Check. He was promoting FBA on No Jumper. Do anybody remember that? Brother TARIQ was there. He was there. Adam was there. And he was really trying to put FBA talking points in the forefront. And right around that time, he was also pushing Mike Check. But he goes on the platform, but listen to what Adam says. I figured since he has so much to say about Sexy Red, he should include a section in his documentary about himself, Cosmo Flex. I mean, seriously, this clown, he calls him a clown, just was on the platform. This clown has made some of the most the most degenerate music ever. Once again, I will unfortunately, hold up. Once again, unfortunately, a documentary with the truth told from an actual lifelong liar and exaggerator. Adam 22 says TARIQ Nasheed is a lifelong liar and exaggerator. But he goes on the man platform. In fact, a few months after he was on the platform, he faking like they seen him at a park. Oh, you're at the park too? I'm telling you, these people promote each other through conflict. And they promote dissension, separation, and beef through conflict of word of mouth per the internet. They ain't got no beef for real. How can TARIQ Nasheed talk so down about a Haitian, but sit and he got the biggest Haitian revolutionary on his wall. Make it make sense. Anyway, he said, look at this clown. Adam bring this. It said, look at this clown. Adam, bring this fake hair wearing, hair hair wearing, musty boy, something. Oh, they cussed them out right there, so I ain't going into all that. But yeah. But this is the guy where TARIQ goes on to promote FBA. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. He goes on this guy's show to promote FBA, but I have so much to say about a Nigerian, so much to say about a Haitian, so much to say, but nothing, but nothing. And these dumb FBAs, they love it. They love it. This is insane, fam. They love it. Oh, oh, there it is. All of this is acting. How can he sit up there and call somebody tethers, nappy head this and nappy head that? Come on, man. This is insane. This is insane. This is an actor right here. Straight actor. Listen, during this time, and you ain't really making a real impact. Did anybody ever notice anything about TARIQ Nasheed? One of the things that I noticed, anybody ever notice this? When you look at people that claim that they fighting for something for our people, you have other people that respect them in that fight. For example, although Malcolm X was in the Nation of Islam, right? You had people like Martin Luther King that had some respect for him, enough to even meet with him. Whether you like Farrakhan or not, one thing for sure and two things for certain, that Farrakhan did and still does have respect in some circles, many circles, as the leader of the Nation of Islam, as one that was fighting for the cause of the Nation of Islam, and other leaders rally around him. He even kissed the European preacher, and said that's his friend, I'm not throwing shots or anything. I'm just saying that when people claim that they in a certain space, you get other people that's in that space also, whether we agree with them or not. You get other people that surround them in that space. What other person is in the space with TARIQ Nasheed as it relates to fighting for reparations, fighting for FBA, fighting for people? Name one person. Name them. TARIQ Nasheed is a one-man minstrel show. That's it. He's a one-man show. He's a one-man show. So at the end of the day, when you start seeing them hitting these news things like this, it's all promotion. They are promoting dissension. They are promoting a brand. Has nothing to do with a museum, have nothing to do with elevating a people, nothing whatsoever. It's all a hustle. It's all a hustle. And we ain't gonna figure it out until, I pull the full cover off this demonstration. This is all a hustle. Listen, let's rewind for a second. Let's rewind for a second. At the end of the day, right? Take somebody like TARIQ Nasheed. Take somebody like TARIQ Nasheed. Ask yourself, what true value has he really brung to any specific community? I ain't saying on the internet. I'm not saying about DVDs. Listen, one thing about us, we get so dewy-eyed when someone can put out a product and sell it to us and it have some information that you're not familiar with. Just because you're not familiar with it does not mean that the information is pertinent to anything that will be critical to your survival or to your mental or intellectual elevation. Just because you're not familiar with it. I remember when Hidden Colors came out, I used to think too, like, wow, oh, this is good, man. Somebody is finally putting some information on the big screen. But once I looked at it and looked at it closely, I was like, ah, man, this was just jumbo mumbo joke thrown together to try to capitalize off of the 125th Street Sinetta era. This thing was just slammed together. The information was pseudo. Those that was talking the information, like I could go over that DVD today and just tear everything to shreds. None of the stuff is credible. None of the stuff is reasonable. None of the stuff is researched. None of it. It's all a show. It's taking 125th Street and taking all of the lecturers and putting them in front of a camera and turning it on and say, talk. That's all it is. And they just talking. And there's some stills and some video behind it to make it seem as if something is really going on. And we get dewy-eyed. Wow, when I first saw this, I mean, you ain't know no better. But this guy's an actor. Let me show you this. Do anybody remember, family, I want y'all to screenshot this one. Do anybody remember King Flex presents United Players of America? Press 7, because this one, here is, come on, we got about 15 more minutes. I'm not going to be here 2 and 3 hours like I used to be. Here it is. We about to hit the high note now. Do anybody remember the website King Flex, TARIQ Nasheed had called United Players of America? Press 7 if so, press 6 if not, because here we go. Now, I've been telling people for a long time that these websites, museums, and everything, they're fed traps. They're fed traps. So if you go to the museum, you're getting your picture taken. If you touch something, you're going in a database. They're fed traps. Whether you like it or not, they're fed traps. All of the websites are fed traps. And I'm going to show you tonight. Whether you believe it or not, they're fed traps. Listen to this. This is one of the old websites, K-Flex. He's been doing this for years. I keep telling people he just didn't start this. He's been doing it for years. Listen to this. While the administrators and moderators of this forum will attempt to remove and edit any generally objectable material as quickly as possible, this is to save them from the handlers. It is impossible to review every message. Therefore, you acknowledge that all posts made to these forums express the views and opinions of the author. Hold on. That all posts made to these forums express the views and opinions of the author and not the administrators, moderator, or webmasters, except for the post by these people, and hence will not be held liable. Listen closely, family. You agree not to post any abusive, obscene, vulgar, slanderous, hateful, threatening, sexually oriented, or any other material that may violate the applicable laws. Stop right there. Remember, the website is called United Players of America, but he put a caveat that if you put something that violates the law, it's on you. But it's called Players of America. But now listen, doing so may lead to you being immediately and permanently banned, and your service provider being informed. Here is the catch. Moochie Bear warned me about this all the time. The IP address of all posts is recorded to aid in enforcing these conditions. Let's stop right there. This guy was collecting IP addresses back in 2006. Do you know what that means? He was collecting IP addresses before we knew what an IP address was. Well, before I did. Do you know what that means when one collect IP addresses? Under the guise that if you post something against the law, we're going to turn you in. Once we learn to understand language and read between the lines, we know what's going on. And when I say turn you in, I'm not talking about for some post that you put on some message board. No. Most infiltration is not done like the movies. The infiltration of our people is done from within. It's not done like the movies. Whereas though some strange person show up, No, they do it for years and years and years until people get comfortable. And people will look like that and say, okay, you got my IP address, so what? But is it that serious? That you but hold up. Every website, if anybody get a second, go to any of the FBA website, and I guarantee you that message about cookies will pop up. I guarantee you. Do you agree to that this website is collecting cookies? They ain't the only thing they're collecting. They ain't the only. There you go, Gregory Bryant. And they can find your address. Remember when, I don't know if y'all was around when I was doing the show about Grandmaster Jay, and Grandmaster Jay says, I need everybody to put the logo. I need everybody to put the logo on their profile to show me that you real. These are tracking ways. This is a way to track people. And these crazy people putting logos up. And he's up on the line say, okay, I don't see you with the logo. You're not with us. Like, you really doing inventory of your membership on the internet? But that's what he did. And these crazy fools was putting up the NFAC logo. Well, it's no different. When you subscribe to any of these forums as created by K-Flex, King Flex, Cosmo Flex, Marcus, TARIQ Nasheed, you best believe that you are in a database. See, I know I'm already in the database. They already been around my house. I done seen them sitting in front of my house. I done seen them sitting in front of the temple. I done seen them many times. So it don't shock me. But I'm telling these people that think that FBA is real, keep playing with dirt till it get into your eyes. Now, but that ain't the half. I want you to pay close attention to this because it's going to get good. Now, it says you agree that the webmaster. Then it goes on to say, while this information, hold on. Let me go back. Let me show you how they try to word this to let people know. That way you can't sue them. You agree that the webmaster, administrator, and the moderators of this forum has the right to remove, edit, move, or close any topic at any time they see fit. As a user, you agree to any information you have entered above being stored in a database. Press 7 if you hear what I said. Press 7 if you hear what I just said. I'm telling you that these people track people. As a user, you agree to any information you have entered above being stored in a database. While this information, listen, will not be disclosed to any third party without your consent. The webmaster, administrator, and moderators cannot be held responsible for any hacking attempt that may lead to your data being compromised. Family, listen to the game. I told you this man been doing this for 20, 30 years. He telling you right now. Now, this is 2006. Collecting information. Have you ever seen a website where people explicitly tell you that they are collecting your information and go in this great detail to let you know that if it's hacked or compromised, we're not responsible? I'm telling you, man, this guy, listen, ain't nobody catch no plane at no 17-year-old. Somebody was going to LA to be trained. To be trained. Every confidential informant for the FBI has said that they had training facilities in Los Angeles. The forum system uses cookies to store information on your local computer. These cookies do not contain any information you have entered above. They serve only to improve your viewing pleasure. The email address is used only for confirming, and now he gives you the regular cookies message. By clicking to register below, you agree to be bound by these conditions. But now here we go, family. Underneath that it says, are you listening to me, family? I agree to these terms. I am over or exactly 13 years of age. I agree to these terms and I am under 13 years of age. Family, what grown man put up a website called United Players of America, and you can agree to the terms at 13 years old? You can agree to the terms if you're under 13 years old. Are y'all with me? What grown man creates a website? And one of the agreements is I agree to the terms and I am over or exactly 13 years of age. 13 for a website called United Players of America? United Players of America? This is going to be in the dark side of TARIQ Nasheed. I agree to these terms and I'm under 13 years of age to be on a website called the United Players of America. This is why TARIQ Nasheed can leave a full-grown woman for a questionable, underdeveloped female. Before he got with Peanut, he was with a full-grown woman. A full-grown woman, as you can see. Now let's make it make sense. I agree to the terms. Let's make it make sense. Make it make sense. See, this is going to be coming up in the dark side of TARIQ Nasheed. I know you watching, TARIQ. This is why he goes from a full-grown woman. Oh, we got all the research, me and that old bear. See, one thing about these infiltrators, these CIs, they think they're untouchable. And so they think they can dipple and dabble and do all the things to fulfill their crazy fetishes. We see that with Puffy, Diddy. We've seen that with Epstein. We've seen that with many different people who worked with them peoples or had a bunch of money and thought that they could buy their way up out of certain situations. They feed their lower vibration fetishes. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if these people on the internet think that this is more than an act and go around arguing and fussing and cussing each other out, mad at this one because they from Haiti, mad at this one because they from Nigeria, mad that is so goofy when you're only being a part of the show. You're only being a part of the show. This guy's been a part of the show for a long time. MC Crispy. What did he used to call Tommy Sotomayor? Didn't he call him Crispy? This guy's been put out there for your listening pleasure and for your distraction and as an information gatherer. Back then in the underground rap world, they were collecting data. Do anybody know how the guy from the Fugees go get locked up with all them keys of cocaine back in the day? It's because there is people in the industry that's collecting the data and sending the data back. This is not a game. This guy's working. And this is what it leads to. Look at this post. Just showing that FBA have a significant European admixture. You mean now it has gotten to the point where people are trying to underscore how much mixture of European that they have in them? Like, Europeans got admixtures of us, and we are completely new people when empire. Do anybody know? Let me finish. This crazy person called Awoken says, and I'm going to read the whole thing. Just showing that FBA have significant European admixture. We are completely new people. When empires in the past rose and fell, bloodline mixed to form a new one. Likewise, FBA a mixture of African, European, and native blood. Let me stop this for 1 second, family. Do anybody know that most of the Europeans in certain areas, like Ireland, was mixed with the Moors? They're still established in Ireland. Most people know that the Moors mix with Italians. They still established in Italy as Italian. In many places throughout Europe, where the people don't have blonde hair was mixed with Moors. But guess what they maintain? They maintain their European identity. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. So why is it so important for one to try to deny their descent nature and African identity if that ain't a play? There's no other people that does that. There's no other people. The Irish don't do that. The Italians don't do that. If you tell the Italian that, he might feel some type of way. You act like that because you got black in you. He might feel some type of way. Good one, Muley. He might feel some type of way. But it shows you that the psychological damage has been done to our people, that our people will underscore as if that's an important highlight. When in fact, the powers that be don't care if you got European, Indian, Pekingese, Japanese, or whatever. You ain't them and they ain't you, and you are the servant caste. In other words, you are the burden bearer, and you will continue to be the burden bearer until you understand that it has nothing to do with your little drop of European blood. Has nothing to do with that. But these people will go on these airwaves and try to convince people that that is what legitimizes you. That's insane. But this is what these people doing on Twitter. Peep it. FBA don't have a shared history with anyone in Africa, though. You see that? The tribes we came from don't exist anymore. You see how retarded that is? We never denied we have African blood, but it's not just African. It's a mixture of African, European, and indigenous bloodlines. You see how crazy that is? Let me explain something to this person that think they're woke. It's a FBA do not have a shared history with anyone in Africa, though the tribes we came from don't exist anymore. This fool don't even know the tribes they came from, most likely. Secondly, if you go to North Africa, West Africa, or speak to someone, which I have before, that's in West Africa, Nigeria, and you ask them, where did you or your people come from before you were entered into West Africa? And almost 100% will say, from oral tradition, we came from the East. We came from the East. They will start talking about the Nile Valley or even go all the way over to the Levant. We came from the East. Even the modern day tribe people today. So although they don't associate themselves with the tribes of the Nile Valley as they once did, and they took on a new cultural identity of being in West Africa, they don't deny it. This is how sick our people are. When you talk about the Dogon people, they say that they came from the East. Anybody familiar with the Dogon people? The one that was able to identify the star Sirius. Anybody familiar with that? Press 7 if you're familiar with that. They tell you, okay, they go by the term Dogon, or that's our English rendition of how they identify themselves, but they don't deny their origin. So if anybody has a group of people denying the root origin of themselves, that is suspect in the greatest way. We go back to the cradle of civilization. When people say they're indigenous of America, what do you mean by that? I would love to debate somebody about that. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Let me show and prove that. Because from all records that I've ever seen, all records take us right back to the cradle of civilization as we know it in Mother Africa. I don't care how long someone been over on these shores. I don't care how many fossils you find here. You will not find one that predates Mother Africa. None. Furthermore, you will not find a more advanced civilization than Mother Africa in the West. You will find some comparable to them in modern times, but in ancient times, you will not find a more advanced civilization. You will not find founders of religion in the West. You will not find founders of architecture. You will not find the founders of medicine. You will not find that in the West. When you find it in the West, you start to notice that people started traveling from the East. That's what you start knowing. You start noticing that people was traveling from the East and they brought the knowledge with them. These people here in the Americas didn't just pop up out of the dirt of the earth and now you disconnected. Nah. We all go back to a common ancestor. We all go back to a common source. We all go back to a dynasty. We all go back to gods and goddesses. And in order to identify that, you have to trace yourself back like a mastermind. You have to master your mind, trace yourself back, see your greatness, teach your children your greatness, and then duplicate, replicate the greatness here in America. Duplicate the greatness. These people be tripping. These people be tripping. And this is why this podcast is so important. This is why this podcast is so important. Because we got to let people know. Because when you start to see stuff like this, ADOS and FBA have no issues admitting they have European blood. Shout out to No Pity, my guy. European blood. They have no issue admitting they have European and some little native blood. But as soon as you mention African, which is the majority of their DNA, they start babbling and coming with explanation on how they're not African. It's self-hate. All FBA have European and African blood, but I'm ethnically pure FBA. How can a person be ethnically FBA if you're talking about it's a lineage? If now the lineage is an ethnic group. Is it a lineage or ethnic group, or are they the same? See how they move the goalposts? And then you got Dwan B that want to work at the Hidden History Club. Listen to what he says. These sellouts are crazy. Black American music has a closer connection to music of Europe during the Renaissance period than it does African music. Much closer. Look at this ignorant fool. He says Black American music has a closer connection to music of Europe. All so he can continue to host these shingdings at the Hidden History Museum. Now you tell me that this ain't some crazy sellout stuff. TARIQ been trying to file charges on people in a minute. TARIQ Nasheed may file criminal charges against Sarah. You know who Sarah is? Sarah is the one that said he was a pimp and he didn't like it. We really need to start discussing how foundational Americans, Negro and whites, are blood relatives. We let immigrants come and separate us with their old world ignorance, stand on the flag in our bloodlines. You see how crazy that is? See how crazy that is? Not that Africans and us in America are blood relatives, but they want to fight for. Now, that's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to fight for. But how do you skip over a whole continent? How do you skip over a whole continent? How do you skip over Haiti? How do you skip over Puerto Rico? How do you skip over? How does that work? How does that work? We really need to start discussing how foundational Americans, Negroes and whites are blood relatives. How does that work, family? But this is what the propaganda was for. This is what the propaganda was for. But with that being said, family, I guess I got to check my system again and try it again tomorrow. I want to thank y'all for joining me tonight. It was kind of a struggle to do that. It felt like I was struggle streaming because I'm not used to using this format. You know what I mean? I'm not used to using this format to do my slides. So it felt like I was struggle streaming, but we got through it. We got through it, family. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed the show, please share the show. Please thumbs up the show. I felt like I was struggle streaming, but if you enjoyed it, leave a comment and let me know. I need to go back to the drawing board and find out why my original setup failed me. Why did it fail me? because I got some big shows coming and it can't fail me any longer. So I'm going to find out. With that being said, I'm going to try again tomorrow. Because I need my stream to be right for these upcoming live streams coming. Sandy girl, where you been at? Sandy girl. Crip say I wasn't struggling. That's what I felt like. Because I didn't have, I like to do my thing in a different way. But yeah. But with that being said, can you give me the years? Give you the years of, let me see. Can you give me, I don't know what that means. Can you give me the years? The years of what? What's going on? I mean, oh, okay. At work. So yeah, family, thank you for joining me, family. I got some real dynamic shows coming up. So I'm glad that whatever happened to the stream, it happened with these shows. Because even though this was a good show, I think the information was very good. I got some new information out to y'all. I got some more coming real soon. With that being said, peace and love, family. Peace and love. What's that? Peace and love.